Hi class, this is a continuation of your chapter Fugitive Colors that we discussed in the last session. So far we discussed the setting and we saw that the main character Shudeep is visiting his friend Shubhapriyo, whose home is up in the hills. All right, and we have come to know through through Shudeep's own words and his memory, that he has failed in love. He used to love a girl named Vidita, and for some reason, the girl wanted to be free from him. She wanted to take her own course in life, and that's why she left him. And Shubdeep is very disturbed by this matter. He's not able to get over his love for her. He is very disturbed. He says that his heart is broken and he can actually physically feel the pain of that broken heart. And then going on, we saw that he has visited Shubhapriyo, and there he comes to know of the ongoing battle between the Bengali settlers and the hill people, and how Shubhapriyo's uncle, probably whose name is Thakurda, was killed mercilessly by the soldiers who are coming to these villages in the name of protecting these people. All right, so let's continue from where we left off. Please do bring up any doubts that you have about the particular chapter after this video. So this is where we stopped, where we found out that till up till now in this chapter we could we could see that Shudeep is somehow disturbed, but what was the reason for his disturbance was not mentioned. All right, and now we can see that it is mentioned here that it was this girl named Bidita who has left him, and Shubhapriyo is trying to make Shudeep understand by saying that she could forget you so easily. Why can't you do the same? Right? So that's what he's saying. He's saying, was it that easy? His heart still continued to burn, to break out into flames. Okay, that pain was still there, and it was not getting easier by the day. It was not that easy, not as she had predicted. It left deep scars. It left scorch marks. Right? So she had said that if you can't forget me, it's okay. But I'm sure that your pain will get better with time, and you will remember me as this bright torch that touched your heart. ഒരു വെളിച്ചം പോലെ ഹൃദയത്തിൽ വന്ന ഇടയ്ക്ക് വന്ന ഒരു എന്താ മിന്നി മാഞ്ഞ ഒരു വെളിച്ചം പോലെ എന്നെ ഓർക്കും എന്നാണ് Vidita പറഞ്ഞത്. But he was not feeling that. He felt like this fire that was burning in his heart was very stubborn. It was refusing to go away, and it was not as easy as everyone was predicting. There were deep scars in his heart, there were deep scars in his mind. Okay, and these scars and these marks did not seem like they will go away anytime soon. Sorry. Shubhapriya had explained. Okay, now right before this paragraph we were talking about how Shudeep is now trying to understand that he has his own personal pain, and he's trying to compare it to the pain of this entire group of people who are living in the hills, and he realizes that in front of their pain, his pain is very meaningless. It's very, very small. Right? So Shubhapriya is explaining the situation further by saying that we are in the midst of a battle. Right? He says that we are in the midst of a battle, and one second, let me just, yes, we are in the midst of a battle, and this drawing, yes, all right, in the midst of a battle. All right, and this battle is a very, very bloody battle. Wars rages by night and day. We do not trust the Bengalis. We set fire to their settlements. So remember, we talked about how the mainland people are trying to come in and encroach upon the hill people's land, and that's why there's a constant conflict between them. And but there's no difference between day and night. The war between them is continuously raging, and they do not trust the Bengalis do not trust them, and these people are setting fire to their settlements. Okay, and when they set fire to those Bengali settlements, they are also burning. They burn when they see the hateful rifle-bearing soldiers who come to enforce calm. So see, look at the contrast in this particular line. Rifle-bearing soldiers who come to enforce calm. All right, calm. If they are coming to enforce calm, if they come in peace, why are they rifle-bearing, and why do they hate? Right? Those are the questions that we need to ask about our military. We burn in hatred and rage when we see jeeps passing through our sacred soil, destroying its sanctity. Okay, so they are people who live very, very close to nature. They are living in the jungle, and they respect nature. They worship nature. And when they see these army jeeps that are passing by ruthlessly. In that jungle, okay, they feel like a sacred, our sacred ആയിട്ടുള്ള മണ്ണ് that is being destroyed. Its sanctity and vishuddhiyanu illadavunnadennu parayunnu. They have destroyed our way of life, our culture and tradition. Hell has descended upon us, on our doorsteps, on our people. But we live, we are still alive, and we will continue to live. All right, so those people have destroyed everything. They have taken away our homes. We are driven to live in the jungles, right? And our culture, our tradition, everything has been destroyed by those people. And it's almost, they feel like hell. It's like their life has become hell. നരകമായിരിക്കുന്നു എന്നാണ് അവർക്ക് തോന്നുന്നത്. And it feels like, on their doorstep, വീടിന്റെ പടിയിൽ വന്ന് നരകം നിൽക്കുന്നു. So it's a very, very pitiable condition. And they feel like it is their people who are suffering the most. But in spite of all this, we live, we are still alive, and we will continue to live. Okay, so we are in pain, we are living in hell, we have lost everything. But in spite of all that, we live, we are still living, and we will continue to live എന്നാണ് പറയുന്നത്. Okay, and that sentence is important for Shudeep. Why? For him, it feels like his life has come to an end just because a girl has left him. But look at the condition of the people. They have lost everything, and they're living in hell. But in spite of all that, they continue to live, they continue to strive. Shudeep looked sorrowfully around him. There was so much beauty in this virgin jungle, so much peace and calm. But underneath it all raged a grim battle, so much bitterness, hatred, bloodshed, destruction. With a deep sigh, Shudeep decided to sit for a while and reflect upon the conflicting emotions arising within him. His nerves were taut, his body tired. On one side was his own tragedy and Vidita's personal struggle to survive in her own way. On the other, an entire people's struggle for a place under the sun. Two battles for survival, one each merciless in its own way. He stretched out under a giant tree and experienced a leveling of the senses. So now we are coming back to the present. When the story began, we were in the present, and where we saw that Shruti was aimlessly walking around in the jungle carrying that piece of rubber, and then he went into ഒരു ഫ്ലാഷ്ബാക്കിലേക്കാണ് പോയത്. Where he told us about Vidita, he told about Shubhapriya, he told us about Purnachandra. Okay, so now he's coming back to the present, and as he looks around him, okay, he realizes that this jungle is so beautiful. It is virgin, virgin in the sense that it's not been penetrated in by any human forces. All right, it is peaceful, it is calm. But ഇത് അതെന്ന് പറയുന്ന ഒരു ഔട്ടർ പിക്ചർ മാത്രമാണ്, because inside, underneath all that, there is a grim battle that is going on. All right, and there is bitterness, hatred, bloodshed, destruction everywhere. And that is when he decided to sat down, and he thought of reflecting, because remember we talked about how there was another emotion arising with him. He already has the pain of his lost love. Along with that, there's another emotion arising in him when he thinks about the suffering of the hill people. And he decided to sit and think about these conflicting emotions. Those two emotions were coming together, and he was thinking, is my pain smaller, is my pain insignificant? അങ്ങനെയുള്ള ഒരു conflicting emotions വന്നപ്പോൾ he decided to sit and reflect. All right, his body was tired because he was walking for a long time. And when he was sitting and reflecting, he categorized it. Okay, on one side he can see his love struggle. Okay, on another side is Vidita's struggle. Vidita എന്തുകൊണ്ടാണ് അയാളെ ഇട്ടിട്ട് പോയത്? Because she wants to have her own independence. She wants to survive in a way that is not dependent on anyone, not connected or attached to anyone. So that is Vidita's own means for survival. So അത് രണ്ടും already conflicting ആണ്. അല്ലെ? അതിന്റെ കൂടെ there's another main conflict, that is the entire people's struggle for survival. അവരെന്തിനാണ് സർവൈവ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്? They just want that place to live. All right. Now those two battles, the two battles, the one battle that is within him for love and for survival, and the other battle that is outside him of the hill people, അത് രണ്ടും അതിൻ്റെതായിട്ടുള്ള രീതിയിൽ merciless ആണ് എന്നാണ് പറയുന്നത്. അതായത് ഭയങ്കരമായ I don't know a word for merciless, but you know, it's very sad. Okay, it's not taking into consideration anything else. And when he thought about all this, he felt very very tired. He felt very extremely sad. So he decided to lie down under a giant tree. A squirrel leaped off a branch and began to cautiously creep up to him. For a few seconds, the creature stared at this alien in their territory with unblinking eyes, curiosity under control. Now, this line is something I want you to remember. We'll come back and understand why he is an alien in this territory. All right. So, as he was lying there, there's a squirrel who's trying to come to him, and you know, വളരെ സൂക്ഷിച്ച് നോക്കുവാണ്. സ്ക്വിറലിന് പറയാൻ അറിയാം ഇത് ഈ നാട്ടുകാരനല്ല. And for a few seconds, you know, the squirrel is staring at this alien in their territory. Okay, he feels like this person has come into their territory. And Shudeep was holding his breath, anangada ശ്വാസം വിടാതെ ഇടുന്നു, because you know, he felt like, you know, ചിലപ്പോൾ ഈ squirrel വന്ന് എൻ്റെ ഹൃദയത്തിൽ വന്ന്, you know, it will come near to him, and you know, that will help his broken heart to heal. So he's struggling to heal his heart. He's trying to find ways in which his heart and his pain will become better. So after examining for a long while, but the squirrel decided that no, this person is not from here. He's not a person who belongs to this jungle. അതുകൊണ്ട് he's not going to trust the human race. Okay, it was not easy to trust the human race. So the creature darted back, തിരിച്ച് അതിന്റെ ജംഗലിലേക്ക് പോയി, as swiftly as it had come. Shudeep laughed. Even the squirrel had rejected him. Such was the face of the jilted lover. Jilted lover എന്താണ്? ഉപേക്ഷിച്ചിട്ട് പോയ ആ ഒരു ലവറിന്റെ ഒരു അവസ്ഥയാണ് പറയുന്നത്. എന്താ നിങ്ങളുടെയൊക്കെ ഭാഷയിൽ പറഞ്ഞ തേച്ചിട്ട് പോയ ലവർ അല്ലെ? അപ്പൊ അയാളെ സ്ക്വിറലിന് പോലും വേണ്ട എന്നോർത്ത് അയാൾ ചിരിക്കാൻ തുടങ്ങി. ഓക്കെ, the place was not without its hazards. A stray bullet could pierce him anytime. Okay, so even though it was you know, outwardly that place was very very beautiful and calm, and you know, he had lied down there thinking of to sort out his emotions, he's saying that that place was not very safe. It was dangerous, because you know, there is an ongoing battle going on, and a stray bullet could pierce him anytime. Hill people versus Bengali settlers, turbulence under the seeming calm. Okay, so that was the issue. Another emotion that is there within him is Vidita's tender face. Okay, that is keeping on coming back to his consciousness. ഓർമ്മയിൽ എപ്പോഴും അവളുടെ മുഖം ഓർത്തോർത്ത് വരുന്നു. And when he remembers her face, he becomes weak, he becomes faint. All right. Here, a way of life was disappearing, colors on a canvas slowly fading. But why did memories take so long? Okay. So, ഇവിടെ ഒരു ജീവിത രീതി തന്നെയാണ് ഇല്ലാതായിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നത്. When these people are losing their livelihood, right? So, ഒരു ക്യാൻവാസിൽ ഒരു കളർ ഇട്ടാല്, okay, when you use normal colors on a canvas, okay, after a while these colors starts fading after many many years, right? And unless you preserve it in some manner, these colors on a canvas starts fading. But memories, you know, they don't go away. They stay. Colors in a pole enduകൊണ്ട് memories പോകുന്നില്ല. They stay and they torment you and they torture you for so long എന്നാണ് പറയുന്നത്. It was then that he became uneasily aware of another sound. Okay, so suddenly അയാൾക്ക് ഒരു ബോധം വന്നു. He felt like someone or something was approaching, and you know, he felt that there is some danger coming. Okay, so he peered, he looked cautiously around him. It was unnerving. എന്താണ്, എന്തെങ്കിലും വരുന്നുണ്ടോ ഇല്ലയോ എന്നൊന്നും അറിയില്ല. അപ്പൊ ഒരു സിനിമയിലെ സീൻ പോലെ നിങ്ങൾ ഇമാജിൻ ചെയ്യുക, ഇങ്ങനെ ജംഗിളിൽ ആൾ കിടക്കുന്നു, ഇത് ചുറ്റിനും ഇങ്ങനെ നോക്കുകയാണ്, എവിടെ നിന്നാണ് ഈ ശബ്ദം, ആരെങ്കിലും വരുന്നുണ്ടോ? Bird was singing thoughtfully on a branch above. Soft